I'm back. I'm back. You know what I'm talking about? See, I should be on point now. Yo, yo, yo. Abu, what's up? What's up? Can you hear me? What's up with it? Yo, how do you feel about the Pope dying today? Oh, man. Life happens. You know what I'm saying? I might just be, it's time to go, you know? Puka, hey, what's up? Teaspoon, what's happening with it? Yeah, man, what's happening with y'all, man? Y'all get on up in here, man. But yeah, man. Oh, right on. Thanks for the sub. Life happens, but I guess not for him anymore. Yeah, man, that's sad, man. You know, everybody got their time to go, man. I guess it's just his time to go. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I want to ask y'all with the internet. Right on, Bingo. What's up? Football guy, what's up? Yeah, right on, man. Thanks for the sub. But yeah, man, is people genuine nowadays? Is the internet messing up people's mind? Is people getting brainwashed by the internet? It's pretty early that he died a day after a major religious holiday. Oh yeah, man, right after Easter. Garrett, what's up? Bingo, what's up? Yeah, man. Hey, but I want to know, are people being genuine or is everybody just followers? Brazil, that's what's up, man. Oh, yeah, you got to speak that English, man. You'll get far just by speaking English, especially if you're trying to come down this way. But yeah, so when I was coming up, being real was everything. Having a real identity was everything when I was coming up. People wanted to be different from everybody. People wanted their own identity. Even when you was dating, it was about being genuine and being straight, speaking from the heart. Do that matter now? Or is everybody following trends? Is everybody following each other? Are we being brainwashed by the internet so now nobody has a real identity? Is there such thing as a right person? Even in the dating world, even finding the person you're gonna be with. When you break up with a person, is it because she's not right for you? or is it because or because y'all both trying to find what y'all seen on TV? You tell me, because I don't know. It just seeming like having your own identity and being original, it seems like it's being lost nowadays. Even in the music nowadays, it seems like everybody got the same auto-tune, everybody want the same style, everybody want to rap the same, everybody want the same talking points. Free thinkers are rare, you right. Even when you look at podcasts, everybody talking about the same thing. Everybody is trying to go viral. Do anybody think for themselves? Is anybody original nowadays? Do you got to cut yourself off from the internet and from everything else just to be original? Is being yourself, being a genuine person, is that bad nowadays? Because it seems like it's a bad thing. You know, do people look in the mirror and judge themselves accordingly? Or is they judging themselves off what the internet thinks? Women trying to find somebody, do they try to find a person that's right for them, what they genuinely like? Or do they base themselves off how many likes they got that day, or of how valuable they are? I don't know. But it just seemed like a lot of people not genuine nowadays. It seemed like a honest thought makes you an outcast. Easy to control. Yeah. I mean, it's like everybody is just following one big old trend, whatever the trend is. Even when they looking for love, they looking for what everybody else looking for. Do anybody just look for that person that's right for them, or do they look for that person that they think is right for them? And is the internet feeding into what they think about themselves? I don't know. I just know that being genuine, it seemed like when you genuinely yourself and when you have a genuine idea, and when you speak it from the heart, it seemed like you're an outcast. Where do you go to find genuine people? Do you go to church? Do you go to school? Where do you go to find somebody genuine if you're looking for a genuine person? Is it better to follow a trend? Is it better to speak like everybody else? Or is it better to be yourself? Some people feel threatened by originality. You're right. You're right. And the more I be genuine, the more I speak from the heart. See, I come from an era where I always felt like me speaking from the heart would help somebody or would make them feel comfortable enough to be real. But the more I go through life, I start feeling like being real is like embarrassing to almost. Like people look at being real as frowned upon. Like everybody is afraid to say what's really going on, how they really feel, what's really going on in their life. Everybody got this made up life to make themselves seem like they big and bad. Do anybody look themselves in the mirror and admit that they got problems? Do anybody ever say to themselves, man, you know what, I'm not feeling good today? Or is it you come around people and you just got to keep up this facade to make yourself seem like you don't have no problems and you just the king of the castle at all times? And if you are a king, you know, because I feel like we all should be kings. I mean, are you not allowed to feel anything? Are you you're not allowed to have bad days? You're not allowed to not feel good? Is it embarrassing to admit that you don't feel good? Is it embarrassing to admit that you might be a little depressed? Is it embarrassing to admit that you might fall on hard times? And if you can't talk to a person and tell that's supposed to be your friend, if you can't tell that person that you don't feel good or tell them about your problems, is that your real friend? Because I know me, I can't hang around a person that I can't be real with. But I notice like a lot of people and they friends and everything, I notice even when they get around their friends, they got to keep a facade going. A lot of people got to feel like they got to put somebody else down to make themselves bigger. What's wrong with being original? What's wrong with keeping it all the way 100. I don't know, maybe because I'm from the Bay Area and that's what we grew up on. It was keeping it 100. But I noticed even in your friend group, you notice even when you're around your friends or you around people, I noticed that people do damn near 80% of lying and bigging themselves up instead of keeping it real about what's going on with their life. Like if somebody's saying, man, how you doing today, man? Oh, man, it's all good, man, you know. Just staying up, you know what I mean? Dressed to impress, you know what I mean? But nobody ever say, oh, you know, I had a hard day today, man. I'm tired of this job. You know what I'm saying? These bills killing me. My kids getting on my nerves. Do anybody keep it real with each other? I notice people go to TikTok and tell their problems. I notice some people run to the internet. But do people ever communicate to each other how they really feel in the inside? And is there any empathy? Is there any people that like kind of feel for your situation, or is everybody just made of stone and everybody walking around not caring about each other? I don't know. If you have a big heart and you care about each other, is that a bad thing? Y'all tell me. Cause it's seeming like nobody really care about nobody. They only care about themselves now. They only care about what people think. Because 90% of these people that's going on TikTok and complaining about their problems, I think that they wouldn't do that if they just had somebody to talk to. But is it embarrassing to talk to somebody? Or do you feel like you got to run to the internet and make content off of it? Versus calling somebody and saying, man, I'm going through this problem, man. I just need you here to listen to me. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy how communication has lacked. With all the stuff that we got, you would think communication would be better. Straight up, I work with dogs, training and rescues. I prefer spending time helping dogs rather than being around a lot of people. Hey, sometimes I do too, because you come around people and sometimes you just want to be yourself. Like if I go out somewhere, I want to be myself. Like if I'm dating a woman, I feel like I want to be myself. I shouldn't have to give you the best version of me for you to like me. I should be able to give you genuinely who I am, and you make up your mind off that. But instead, people gravitate towards what they think a person's supposed to be. Do anybody even know what a real man is supposed to look like? Do women know what a real man is supposed to look like? Because a real man has feelings, believe it or not. A real man can cry, believe it or not. A real man is in touch with his feelings. And people don't understand that, because as a man, you got to take on the weight of the world sometimes. Because you got things coming from you at all angles, and everybody expect a man to have the answers to every question. In order for you to get the answer to every question, you got to get information. And sometimes communicating and finding information is the best way to problem solve. A man is nothing but a problem solver, and that's what people don't understand. A real man is a problem solver. We don't have time to cry about our problems like how a lot of women have time. A lot of women have time. They can call their girls and tell them what they're going through, or tell them what this woman did. If a man call another man and tell him, man, she dogged me out, a man ain't gonna even know how to feel, because he's so used to bigging himself up. He's so used to building this wall saying, I don't have problems. I'm the man. I'm masculine. People think masculine energy is never getting mad about nothing. That's not. Masculine energy is nothing but being able to problem solve. I don't care about a person, like how they feel about what I'm saying, or how they feel. Like, I'm going to give it to you raw, because I feel like you can benefit, you can learn from something I'm saying. Now, if I'm sitting here lying to you the whole time, what's going to happen when you come across a problem that I just dealt with? If I sit there and I lie and I act like everything is cool, and then you come across the same problem, how you going to deal with it? I'm not helping you. I'm not helping nobody by being fake. I'm helping somebody by being real. And a man is real, and a man is in tune with his feelings, and a man is a problem solver. That's all we put on earth to do is problem solve. It's not to be, people think, oh, you a man, you just supposed to be a provider. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you supposed to have a provider in you, but that's not what you put on this earth to do. You put on this earth to be a problem solver. When problems come your way, you supposed to look for the best way to solve the problem. That don't mean you gotta be hard body all the time. That don't mean you gotta come across as a gangster and you gotta be like this all the time. That's not good for your health. Being like this all the time, being upset, being frowning and showing no emotion, that's not good for your health. Sometimes people can't handle truth, real talk. They end up making small talk. Exactly. And people don't even see. It's so bad nowadays, people don't even give you the truth. The only time you can hear somewhat the truth is on the internet when they trying to make and when they trying to capitalize. And even on the internet, they only giving you 50% of the truth. Every dude on the internet that got a podcast or got talking points is acting like they this hard body man that, oh yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, if she ain't the right one, you know, you get rid of her the first sign. Man, don't date no baby mama. All that. Man, that ain't the real world, man. The real world, it's gonna throw you curveballs. The real world is gonna throw you problems that you gotta solve. You're not gonna always have a bunch of money and be a millionaire, you know what I'm saying, and show no weakness. That's not real. That shows weakness like that, acting tough. Yeah, man. I noticed like people got this facade, and I think a lot of women think that that's what a man's supposed to look like is what they see on TV. That's not it. See, back before the internet, it was good because people had to really communicate to find out if that person was right for them. Nowadays, people they look at what they see and they look at what they want and they look at this certain prototype of man that, oh, he fits the criteria. But if you've been dealing with the same type of dude and you only go for the same type of person, if you still single at a certain age, obviously that type of person ain't working. Won't you just look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what do you really need instead of what you want all the time? Everybody looking for what they want instead of what they need. Sometimes you need somebody there for you that's genuine, that's straight up. But instead of that, you want somebody that'll lie to you because it's feeding your ego. Everybody going around looking for something to feed their ego. Stop looking for that. Who cares about an ego? Just be real. Just be in touch with your feelings. See what's going on in your life that's making you feel a certain type of way. I came up old school before the internet. You right. See, when I came up, you had to really go up to a person and ask for their number. You had to really call them. You had to really communicate. Y'all, you meet somebody and y'all talk all night and have genuine conversations. Nowadays, you spend more time texting. So you're not really focusing. Even when you texting with a person, you could be texting with a woman back and forth, right? The whole time she texting you, she probably looking at the internet, something on the internet that's got her mind. So she halfway concentrating on you. Ego is weakness. You right. It's a big weakness, man. Everybody walking around with this big ego and this big chip on their shoulder that they shouldn't have. Knock that chip off your shoulder. If you dating somebody and you really want to find somebody, really try to find somebody. Like, stop playing this game like, oh, I want to find somebody, but I want to halfway dip my foot in the water and I want to go around and have sex with a bunch of people, and then I kind of want to be single, but I kind of want to find somebody, but I kind of don't want to share, but I kind of want to be selfish, but I kind of want this man that's 6'5" with muscles and he looks good and he makes $1 million. Man, stop that. Stop looking for answers on the internet. They not on the internet. Find the answers by conversating, by looking at the world, by looking at what's going on around you. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself who you are. Look at yourself and learn. Sometimes I get up in the morning and I just go look at myself in the mirror for like a minute or two. Just so I can be in tune with who I am. Because sometimes I forget. There's so much stuff going on in the internet and Instagram and Facebook that a lot of times I gotta look myself in the mirror just to find out who I really am. Because you taking these pictures, you taking these selfies, you doing this, and you worried about what other people are saying. Landon Sawyer, what up with it? Yeah, you looking at how many likes you gonna get off this picture. You went out, people are so lost that they going out places and they can't even enjoy themselves and enjoy the time they having without taking a picture, trying to see how many likes they get about the picture that they took, talking about they want to get away, but you still on the same place because all you doing is worrying about how many likes and followers you gonna get on the internet. It's like genuinely traveling to other countries, meeting non-Americans has been an eye-opening for myself. Hey, man. Hey, I plan to travel. I plan to get out, I ain't gonna lie, like 2025 been one of the worstest years of my life, you know what I'm saying? But one thing that it did is it made me stronger. My mom had a stroke on the 1st. She's paralyzed on the right side. She can't walk. She could barely talk. I got to take care of her hand and foot all my time. Plus, I got to go to work. So all my time is limited. That's why I haven't been going live. That's why I haven't really made no shorts, because I've been trying to get myself together. But one thing that it showed me is that it put things into reality. You know what I'm saying? I wish my mom had a husband that could have her back, or people to come by and have her back, and that'd take up some load. But in reality, no, she just got me. She just got me and my sister. That's it. But it put in perspective what life will do to you. You can't be sitting around wasting time and wasting opportunities. You got one life to live. Before you know it, you get sick, you die. I mean, it just happens. Right on, Garrett. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it from now on. I can't waste no more time. When I'm dating, I can't waste no more time. When I get my little free time to relax and vibe, I'm not wasting my time no more with people that don't deserve my time. Because for the longest, I didn't understand how valuable time was. So I think maybe God is putting all this on me and putting this because he know I can handle it. But I'm also trying to learn from it. I'm learning from not having a lot of time. I'm learning from the situation, being there, taking care of my mom. I never thought I would have had to wipe my mom's butt. I never thought I would have had to help my mom get to the toilet. I never thought I would have had to basically be babysitting my mom, taking care of her. But it puts life in perspective. We only got one life to live. And if we sit around here wasting time and not being genuine and following trends, trying to be like somebody else, trying to find meaning through the internet, it's not going to happen. Your meaning don't come from the internet. Your meaning come from looking yourself in the mirror and looking and making the best choices. And as a man, your meaning come from problem solving and helping other people. Having empathy. Nobody got empathy for nobody no more, man. And that's the sad part about it. You could have a 45-year-old woman and a 45-year-old single man, and a woman saying that she's trying to find somebody and she's trying to find somebody to be in a relationship with her, but at the same time is looking down on that same 45-year-old man who got some of the same qualities her, same interests, and they both looking for somebody. Put it together and make it work. Stop acting like you better than this person. Both of y'all is playing attention tag, trying to see, oh, this the right fit. Obviously, if y'all both single, give it a chance, but we brainwashed to think that we better than we are. We brainwashed to think that we better than the next man. Everybody's in competition with each other, and it shouldn't be like that. I feel that I spent about 20 years in a relationship taking care of my different girlfriends. Like, hey, that's what happens, man. You get around, and see, the bad part about women is that a lot of women, they don't never gotta deal with the consequences from their actions. So a lot of them can go have babies. A lot of them can make mistake after mistake. But if they pretty enough, they'll never have to suffer those consequences. Nobody, they can go their whole life without a person telling them, you should calm down. You should stop having kids. You should take birth control. You should work on yourself before you get into another relationship. You should stop you know, putting all your problems on a man and expecting a man to just take care of all your problems and start taking care of your own problem before you meet a person. A lot of women never been taught that. Not a lot of women never been held accountable. As a man, we gotta hold ourselves. We gotta be accountable for everything. As soon as you slip up, it's gonna be somebody to tell you that you slipped up. It's gonna be somebody that's gonna tell you that you ain't nothing. It's gonna be somebody that base who you are upon how much money you make or how successful you are in life. For a lot of pretty women and a lot of women in general, it don't come to that. It don't never come to that because it's always a man there trying to pick up the pieces. It's always a man there that'll sleep with them. That it's always people around them that's gonna cater to them and rub their head and tell them it's gonna be okay, baby. You find out sooner or later as a man that a lot of times you ain't got nobody that's gonna hold your hand. You ain't got nobody that's gonna stroke your ego and tell you everything gonna be okay. If you don't get off your butt, you gonna end up being a bum. You're gonna end up having nothing. So, you know what I'm saying? Moral of the story is that we got to get back to being original. We got to get back to being genuine. We got to get back to speaking from the heart. We got to get back to liking what we like because we like it, not because of somebody else that like it, not because of what they saying on the internet, not because of what they saying on the podcast, not because of what you seen on TV. You got to learn. You got to start. People got to start looking themselves in the mirror. That's why you got so many people talking about therapy, talking about going to therapy. And, you know, I go to therapy myself, but the reason why a lot of more people are going to therapy, a lot of more people are depressed, a lot of more people are killing themselves nowadays is because everybody is living for the internet. Everybody is trying to keep up this facade and trying to be something that they really ain't, instead of saying, you know, I'm hurting in the inside. I got a cousin that they saying took his own life. And I had just talked to him not too long ago before he died. I wish that he would have felt comfortable enough to tell me that he was hurting. If that was the case, because I still don't know. But if he was hurting and he took his own life, I wish he would have felt comfortable enough to come to me before he took his own life and say, you know what, cuz, I'm hurting. You got any ideas of how I can feel better or what you think I should do, cuz? We don't have enough people in our corner that we can depend on, that we can talk to like that. Because everybody is so busy trying to be somebody else, they acting like they don't understand what you're going through. A person could be going through the same thing you going through, and you could be talking to them about what you're going through, and they act like they never went through it at all. Oh man, I don't know what that feel like, knowing dang well when you go home, you damn near finna cry every night. Knowing dang well you lonely and you don't have nobody in your corner, but you meet somebody else that's lonely and ain't got nobody in their corner, but you want to play big boy with him. I don't know what that feel like. Oh man, I ain't never had a bad day. Oh man, I ain't never been through them kind of problems. Oh, a woman ain't never broke my heart. Oh man, I ain't never lost my job. Oh man, I ain't never had a problem with drugs. Oh man, I ain't had this. I ain't never did this. I ain't never did that. You probably got more problems than the person that you talking to. Hey man, I thought about being a drug counselor, man. I've been sober for almost 10 years, you know, and it's been a long road, you know what I'm saying? But I had to pick myself up by the bootstraps. And part of that was looking myself in the mirror and accepting responsibility. Part of that was saying that I'm not strong enough to do this on my own. I had to pray. I had to ask God to take that away from me. I had to do a lot of stuff to prepare myself to be a big man, to be a bigger man, should I say. And I ain't come this far by faking. I think that people need somebody like me to be able to talk to, because they might be going through something similar or something worse than what I'm going through. So if I can help somebody, that's what it should be. I'm put on earth to help people. Right now, I'm changing my mom's drawers every morning. I'm helping her to the toilet. I'm actually taking care of her like a baby. So God put me on this earth to help people. So it's not just to help my mom, but it's to help whoever might need me. And in return, I don't look for nothing. I don't look for payback, or I don't look for somebody to give me something for me to help. Man, it don't cost nothing for me to share some good game with you. That's why I'm BigGameBenny, man. You are becoming Very wise, sir. Sharing your experience with youth would help greatly. Hey, man, I was young at one time, and my mom tried to tell me, hey, man, go to school, stay out them streets. But unfortunately, I wanted to hang out. I wanted to be in the streets. I wanted to feel like I was this big old player and this big pimp, and I wanted to get money. And the whole time, I was crying out for attention. The whole time, I didn't even know who I was. I had never stopped to look myself in the mirror and ask myself who I am. Every day, I try to make it a point to really look at myself in the mirror and ask myself who I am. So when anybody else try to tell me who I am, I don't fall for it because I'm looking myself in the mirror and I know who I am. So if I could give any kind of good game to anybody, is look yourself in the mirror, man, and really ask the question, who are you? Karma, it comes back in good ways too. What we give, we receive. Hey, and that's the motto I live by, but I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I feel like I get the short end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? I give so much, but in return I get so much less. But then I have to realize that me thinking that way is not how God wants me to think. I have to make the best out of my situation. I have to look out for me at the same time that I'm helping people. So right now, man, needing to hear your word. Hey, for sure. That's just like right now, my mom put my sister in charge of all her finances. My uncle died at the same time. I got a funeral to go to on Friday. My uncle and my sister, they was doing the in-home care stuff behind my back when my uncle was living with me. Nobody gave me a dime. Now, I let my uncle stay with me rent-free. I didn't ask for nothing. But I'd be lying to you if I said that it didn't hurt me to know that was going on. I would be lying to myself if I say that it didn't hurt for a person to just offer me something or I don't care if it was $100, I don't care if it was $50, but just the fact that somebody would be thinking about the good work that I'm doing. But it don't always go like that. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm seeing that more people depend on me than ever. And I pride myself in being a good friend. I pride myself in being a good son. I pride myself in being a good person in people's lives. Because I know when I get those phone calls, it's never for false pretenses. When somebody tell me, hey, how you doing? I know they really thinking about me. I know they really genuinely want to hear from me instead of me having a bunch of fake phone calls and a bunch of fake friends around me that don't value who I am. Everybody I got in my life value me and love me. And it hasn't always been that way. That's why even with ex-girlfriends, people in my past, I try to mend those broken relationships. Because if something was to happen to me tomorrow, I would want as many people in my corner that I could have. So I don't want nobody mad at me, upset with me. I don't want nobody to hate me. I don't want nobody to feel if I die, they happy about it. I want everybody to feel like, he was a good man. Period. And that's my legacy. Being a good person. Helping as many people as I can. Be patient. It all comes around full circle eventually. Yeah, man. That's what I be trying to say. But I thank everybody for stopping by, man, checking me out. I just had to make me a quick live before I go into this job, and deal with people that I need to deal with. But yeah, man, Garrett, right on, man. Good talking to you, man. I'm going to go live more often, though. I just got to find some time to get away from my little schedule to start, really having these conversations, because I feel like people need these conversations. I feel like, if we're going to be on the internet, I feel like at some point we need to have genuine conversations. Y'all need a place to come to where it could be genuine, where people don't have to be put on a fake facade, where you don't have to hear the same talking points that everybody else is talking about. But yeah, man, if you ain't like to subscribe, man, run it up. Go like and subscribe, man. It's all good, man. BigGameBenny. Yes, sir.